The 2nd Battalion 25th Marines is a reserve infantry battalion whose mission is to provide trained combat and combat support personnel in time of war and national emergency. I'm Nathan O'Leary for Comcast Newsmakers in the Kent McCrae television studio at the University of Hartford, and Sergeant Jonathan Minkler of 2nd Battalion 25th Marines Fox Company joins Newsmakers. Welcome, Sergeant.
Thanks for having me.
Can you give us a sense of the 2nd Battalion 25th Marines history and legacy?
Well, they've been around since 1943, and they've been a part of a lot of major conflicts since then. Most notably, probably some of the biggest battles they've been in during the island hopping campaigns during in the Pacific Rim during World War II is probably some of the more notable battles they've been a part of.
Now, what is the mission of the 225, and how do you train for that kind of a mission these days?
225 has the same mission as another infantry battalion in the Marine Corps. The Marine Corps itself is a unit in readiness, and it can deploy anywhere in the world within 24 hours. So the battalion's job is to keep the individual Marine trained at all times, ready to deploy the very next day. And what we do is they are required to train with the rifle and qualify with it. We have to keep physical standards. We have to get tested twice for that. And actually a lot of classroom goes into it, constantly being updated on the tactics of possible threats that we might go into. There's a lot of understanding their tactics. It's always changing.
So walk us through a typical day of a deployed Marine.
A typical day, it's going to vary from Marine to Marine. What I can do is tell you maybe a typical day that I went through while I was there. You could ask the guy next to me, it's going to be completely different. You could expect, as a regular infantry guy, you're over there, you probably stay in post for about 8 hours at least, which is you'll be on a fob, or what we do is take over a compound and we'd set up a post there. And after you would stay in post, you would go out and you would do a security patrol. And what that is, we would go and we would walk through the town and we'd talk to the locals and get to know them, let them know that we're here to protect them, we're here to support them if they need anything from us, and just show them that, you know, we're here to be friendly, we're not in a conflict with them. And we'd walk around, just let them know we're there, we'd come back. But the regular day just depended. I mean, it could quickly go to the right real quick after that. So
where were you?
I've been to Fallujah, Iraq, and Marj, Afghanistan. Marj, Afghanistan was a little more kinetic than the Iraq one for myself.
Now, can you give me a sense of the rewards, and I guess we're getting right to this, the challenges of being a Marine?
I'll go with challenges first. Challenges of being a Marine, the challenges for me are pretty easy because I get the reward right off the bat. The challenges probably once I got married and started having children. The challenges are really big. I have 4 young children. The oldest are twins that are 4 years old, so having to lead them for 6-7 months at a time, it's just really rough. And then as a Marine, we move about every 3 years. We don't like to stay in the same position. They want you to constantly develop and learn new traits. So the challenge is constantly being able to go out and do something that's not technically in your job description and learn new things. So that's another challenge. But the challenge is for the family. Every 3 years picking up, you're leaving your school friends and stuff like that. Same thing for the spouses, having to make new friends every 3 years. So that's a huge challenge for them. The reward, sense of accomplishment, it's very strong. I mean, that's an award in itself. You don't need anything after that. You're constantly getting thanked by people. That feels great as well. And a sense of purpose. You know, you're contributing to a society and you're doing your part.
Now, when you say to somebody, I'm in the 225, what would you like the public to know standing out?
Well, when you think of a Marine Corps unit, you think of Marines out in uniform, and you see us out there drilling, and we're out there training, we're out there training to go to combat. But we're a reserve unit, which means all these Marines, 28 days out of the month, are civilians. They do everything from being a firefighter to a police officer to a student, local business owners. These guys do everything. And they're out there, they're contributing to their society, and they're just trying to make it a better environment for them and for the children to grow up in. And then a weekend out of the month, they come here and they want to do what they can as a whole for the entire country.
And finally, briefly, what is the greatest moment for you as being a Marine?
Greatest moment for becoming a Marine, when they gave my Eagle Open Anchor.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it being here. Sergeant Jonathan Minkler, thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us here for Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Nathan O'Leary.